As the fall of 1899 approached, once again the Nebraska football team was left without a coach. Who would the university be able to hire to replace Fielding Yost and lead the team to victory?
Hey, Edwin Branch, captain of his team at Williams College last year, is the man that was hired by the members of the athletic board to coach the team this fall. His recommendations state that he is aggressive in play, strict in observation of training rules, and off the field, one of the most perfect gentlemen on campus.
Whatever his strengths and abilities, Edwin Branch was not a capable coach, and the 1899 Nebraska football team would only be remembered for losing the most games in a single season since the first team was formed in 1890. Because of this, Coach Branch was not asked to return for the 1900 football season, and he went back to the East Coast. Consequently, the person selected to become the new coach of the Nebraska Bugeaters had to find a way to bring the team back to winning games and the conference pennant. And in Walter Cowles Booth, nicknamed Bummy, the university found just the man the team needed to win.
There are a good many conditions necessary to turn out a winning football team. And at this early date in the season, it's impossible to say how many of them will be present at our university this fall. We must have material, we must have harmony, and we ought to have 100 other things. But a willingness to work, that covers the multitude of football deficiencies. And this is the point that needs to be emphasized. There's just only 11 spots on the team. But we need substitutes, a good quota to draw the second 11. And everybody who has any football ability, or those who want to figure out if they have what it takes, I urge you to try out for the team with a determination to stick this season out.
Bobby brought almost a military style to the school, to the training. He liked things very regimented and controlled. He was very much an authoritarian. I don't know that you'd really call him a player's coach. He was in charge, and he liked it that way, and he was successful at it.
During his stretch, until you get to Jumbo Steve Bummy Booth's teams, kind of define the success that Nebraska fans have equated with tradition. I think that's interesting. Some Nebraska fans will look at it and say, well, the tradition, the success began when Bob Devaney came here in 1962, because Nebraska had that dramatic success immediately under Bob Devaney. Well, you go back to Bummy Booth. It doesn't get much better than that.
Under Booth's direction, the Nebraska Bugeaters roared back to life as Booth incorporated many new techniques and strategies to craft a winning team. However, as the 1900 football season was about to begin, Cy Sherman, a young sports writer for the Lincoln Star newspaper, decided it was time for a change.
The name Bugeaters is inappropriate for a team as mighty as our University 11. No, it's time for a new nickname for our boys, and the name should be Cornhuskers, not Bugeaters. Our team does not eat bugs. It detassels our opponents limb by limb. Cornhuskers is what they are, and Cornhuskers is all that I'll be calling them from now on.
The first use of Cornhuskers actually was a derogatory term towards the University of Iowa. When we beat them, an anonymous writer said that we have met the Cornhuskers and they are ours. So I saw that and thought, okay, if we're going to have a derogatory term, maybe Bugeaters isn't the one we want. Let's go and take a look at Cornhuskers. So he just started calling him that.
The first thing was Sherman giving the nickname to the football team. Then the student yearbook became the Cornhusker, and then 1947 the state becomes the Cornhusker state. So it's fairly significant what he did.
The Nebraska football team, rechristened the Cornhuskers, won 6 of its 8 games in the 1900 season. And in the following year, 1901, Coach Bummy Booth led the team on a 24-game winning streak that would last until 1904. A decade after their first game in 1890, the glory days of Nebraska football were about to begin.